And right now we're joined with one of my favorite people, radio personality, Konan. Konan, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Mark?
So, Konan, I'm great. So again, we know you as Konan on the radio, but off the air, you've been facing a lot of personal tragedies, and I know I wanted to bring you on to get caught up on one involving your daughter, and let us know anything we can do to help. So, can you get us caught up and tell us what happened?
Well, one of the things I'm still doing quietly, and I'm doing it by myself, is I'm trying to make sure that I at least get a chance to see all the body cams, and that hasn't happened yet. I've been denied that, so I'm still working on that. And I don't talk about it much on social media because I don't want to bring everybody into my situation, have people feeling for me or upset and stuff like that. And one of the people that I talk to all the time about the situation with Kathy Hughes, and one of the things she said is that when I hurt, she hurts, and she said your viewers hurt. She said, so not so much, and that was great advice for me because it made me start to internalize things and deal with it separately from my social media.
And so, Cole, I know you. We're friends, and so I know different sides of you. And I know you've been fallen by a lot of tragedies, including other members of your family. Number one, is there anything we can do to help? Number two, is there a message that you have for people who are going through it? Because that's what you've been. You've been a beacon of light all these years. For those who are going through personal tragedies, and again, you're not going to get specific on yours, but give us a message for those who are going through it. Because again, you've gone through the ones that I think people we wish on anybody. So any positive message for those who are going through and need a message or a word?
Yeah, well, one of the things I want to do is I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk about what's been inside of me and what I've been dealing with, just to get people up to date on what I've really gone through. In October of last year, my dad passed suddenly, but he passed in his sleep, so that was good. He didn't suffer anything. Right after him, my second to oldest brother passed, and he was sick, so we knew something may happen. But in February, right after my birthday, my oldest brother, who was chief of the fire department in Washington, D.C., he suddenly passed. After talking to him, he said he was going to the gym. Last time I spoke to him, that following Sunday, we were supposed to have a meeting and lunch at Busboys and Poet. He was 5 minutes late, and I knew something was wrong because he's never late for anything. And my younger brother and myself found him on his couch. So it was pretty tough. And one of the things I started thinking about, first I was upset, first I was angry, then I was mad, and then I started praying and I thought about it. We grow through what we go through. And that's one of the things that I started saying to myself and started dealing with. And for a while, I was going through stuff, didn't realize I was really going through it. And then my friend Jade said, get back in the fight and just get yourself, back out. And I just started moving in a different direction, but I always stayed prayed up, and I always thought about the positive side of things, because I thought to myself one day, I said, we are selfish as human beings and as people, because if we could keep our brother, mother, sister, uncle, aunt, cousin around for 100 years, we would. And that's selfish, because the inevitable is that we are all passing through here. And as you pass through, it's about touching as many people as you possibly can and giving a positive message and making sure that you impact the community and change it in the ways that you would want to see it changed in a positive way.
Wow. And so again, Cole, I wanted to get you on because a lot of times people would just see one side of our personalities and things like that. But also I wanted to have you on because I know you would have, because again, people are going through a lot these days. And sometimes when they hear from certain people, it makes them feel a different way about it. Cole, if people want to reach you and follow you, how can they get in touch?
Follow me on my social media at I am Konan11. That's IAMKONAN 11 on all social media platforms, and on Facebook at Konan On Air. I am Konan On Air. So once again, Mark, I want to thank you. I want to thank Fox 45. Bmorelifestyle, y'all make sure y'all support him, okay? Because Marc Clarke is doing some phenomenal things, and I want to make sure that I continue to do what I do, and make sure you check me out on Magic 95.9.
All right, Konan, thanks so much. Okay, still coming up,